What's up, everyone? This is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and thank you for joining me on the channel again. And as a Minister of Beauty, I share the Bible, that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So if you don't know, I am a small business owner. More specifically, I am in the beauty industry. I own a beauty business. I created a skincare line. I started my beauty business in 2008. I started my skincare line in 2017. I am a licensed esthetician, a master lash artist, a brow enthusiast, and I absolutely enjoy doing what I do. I used to be in the legal field for 12 years before I transitioned into the industry of wellness and beauty, and I am so happy that I did. But on Mondays, I like to talk about business, and today I want to share 5 more tips for small business owners and things that you should remember, that you should know. And if you haven't seen my previous 5, check out that video. I will leave a link to that in the description box. All right, so number 6 is going to be create your own routine. We need structure. We need to have a routine. It's just necessary. It may not be perfect every single day. I admittedly can say that my days are not perfect every morning because honestly, it just really depends on what is going on in my life. So I can't always control what is going on if something happens that is out of the plan, but that is what we call life. Because life are the things that we don't plan that just happen. Like, for example, in one of my business locations, I got a text message from one of my team members this morning to say, I walked in this morning and this is what I saw. And she sent me a picture there was water all over the floor in the dispensary, and the water heater is busted. So I had to contact the owner of the property to let her know. And of course, she was extremely pleasant in her response to let me know who to reach out to get it fixed. So anyway, like I said, life is the things that we don't plan for, things that are out of the ordinary, that just happen, whether we like them or not. But try your best to create your own routine. And remember when you were in school, you had the time blocks, you were in class, you were in history class for 45 minutes, then you went to math, and then you went to language arts or whatever. You had the structures. I'm not saying live your life like school, but use it as an example for creating time blocks in your schedule if you don't have a schedule of what you do when you do it. For example, for me, I'll just share with you something that I created many years ago, which is living a life of PMS, and that stands for power, money, and service. So I start my day in power. So starting my day with prayer, my worship ritual to the God that I believe in, and just giving thanks and all of those different things like that. Then, I'm working out, and then I do my routine of my cleansing of my body and my teeth and my facial ritual and all of those different things so that I can get to the things that I need to do next. So that in that powerful morning, that power time in the morning is what gets me ready to get on to the other things. And the next thing is money. So I'm checking my accounts, making sure that all is well, all of those different things. If I need to get things to my accountant, I'm usually emailing those things over in the morning so that that's said and done, and it's not something that I have to do later in the evening or whatever, those different types of things. So after the power, I focus on the money, and then after that, it's service. So the service may be when I'm working with clients. If it is a day that I'm working with clients, I don't work with clients every day anymore. But service is also if it's things that I'm doing in my home, or if it's service on the business, not necessarily in the business when I'm working with clients. So the things that I'm doing in terms of operating my business, administrative wise, business owner wise, the service part, that is pretty much the remainder of the day. And then end your day in power, end your day in, in prayer. If you want to do a little mini workout before you go to bed, giving yourself some more energy and those different types of things, like do what you need to do. I'm just sharing that as an example, but having your own routine and trying to abide by that and live that routine throughout your day is really going to help you to have some structure in your life. And as small business owners, we definitely need to have structure. It's not a bad thing when if you are working in a company or you're in school or those different types of things, and they have that structure for you. This is your schedule. This is when you need to be here. During these times, you're working on these things or whatever. The structure is really good. It's not to make you feel like, it's not supposed to make you feel like you are in bondage or you're a slave to the system or whatever. But what would life be if we just all lived a life of multitasking and we never really got anything done? One of the things I really love is the power list. And that is something that Andy Frisella, he is someone that's big in the podcast world and business. He cusses a whole lot, but I don't really care about that. But the power list is something that's really helped me as well. And it's 5 things that I have on that list that I need to accomplish that day that is really crucial or beneficial for my life and for my business. So I'm not gonna put things on the power list like work out, brush my teeth, do my hair. Like those things they're important, but they're a little bit superficial in the grand scheme of things, especially when you are a small business owner. So I'm saying all of those things to say, create your own routine and do your best to live by it. The next is pursue your passions, especially if they create profit. For me, my passion was definitely wanting to see women feel better immediately after I worked with them. So for me, being in the beauty industry, although I was not ever going to do anyone's nails, like you see mine, okay, or hair, it's usually the poof for me. But anyway, being a licensed esthetician, I love it. I specialize in skincare services, brow services, lash services, and the immediately, after I have been working with a client and they look in that mirror and they are just like, amazing, love it. That is where I feel the best. I'm passionate about that. So I pursued my passion and it definitely has created profit in my life, and not just profit monetary wise, although that is important, but it has profited me in so many ways because it has helped to create a level of peace in my life that I did not have when I was a legal assistant. I was not happy. Again, grateful for the experiences that I got, but it wasn't what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So I definitely pursued a different realm. So wellness and beauty, after researching, was where it was at for me, and it definitely has created profit. So pursue your passions, especially if they create profit. And it doesn't happen overnight either, so you have to continue to work at it. But if it's something you're passionate about, it doesn't really feel like work anyway. So just remember that as well. The next is make your workspace inspirational. Make your space something that you are going to enjoy and love being in. It just makes perfect sense if you're going to be a small business owner, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you get to decide what you want your space to look like. Now, I would say just, with some reason, don't go too crazy. But for me, I love sparkles. I grew up a little bit as a tomboy. So even though I like some girly things, I played with Barbie dolls. I had the paint on my bedroom walls when I, was a little girl and those different types of things. But I had more guys in my family, so I didn't really get to do the girly things a whole lot when I was more so at home. Now, when I got to go and play with my friends, then yeah. But I'm saying all of those things to say I'm living my girly dream now with my business. So I have the fluffy white curtains. I've got, the flowers. I got the sparkles on the wall, and those different types of things like that. And white is really calming and pure for me. So it's what inspires me. So I'm just saying that to say, make your workspace an inspiring space, a space that when you get into it, you just have the wherewithal to just go get them and just do your thing and hustle and work and get things done in that space, because it's a space that you enjoy being in. Make it an inspirational space and an inviting space. This one is just going to be really quick and simple, and it's don't be a jack of all trades but a master of none. Because listen, no matter how small your business is, you are going to need to have other people helping you at some point. You may not need that immediately, but you can't do it all. You shouldn't want to do it all, and you can't do it all. So don't try to be a jack of all trades but a master of none. And that really freed me. In the beginning, I did a whole lot. And if I knew then what I know now, I would have saved so much time, and I probably would have saved a whole lot of money, even though I may have expended more than I did in the early years. I probably would have made more money if I had invested in other people to really help me along. So don't be that jack of all trades but a master of none. Master the areas that are for you and delegate out what you really are not masterful at, so that you can help someone to create business mastery. And schedule time for fun. It is something that is essential. We have to make time for the things that a lot of us as small business owners, we really don't make time for. I did a video that is not on the channel because I actually started this channel over in 2020, late 2020. But I did a video a few years ago, and I talked about how entrepreneurship can be really lonely. And sometimes that is a choice. Sometimes we choose and we have to cut certain people and things off in order to achieve success. And we have that goal in our mindset and that vision in our sight, where we have to kind of do some things in order to get to where we desire to go. But it doesn't mean that you can't have fun at all. You really need to schedule time for that, and schedule that fun time with people that are really going to be beneficial to your life, not people that are going to drag you down, because the fun time should be wise as well. So make wise choices in who you choose to be around as well when you do schedule that fun time. And finally, this is last, but it's definitely not least, and that is feed your spirit. We are spiritual beings in human bodies, in human flesh. And if you don't feed your spirit and you're only feeding your flesh the things that are going to appease this old body, honestly, it can be to your detriment. And as a small business owner, and if you are aspiring to become a small business owner, we go through a lot. So it is really important to feed our spirit so that we can strengthen the inner man, so that we can be prepared for the outward issues and the outward attacks possible, the outward assaults that are possible, that come in many different shapes, forms, and fashion. And I've experienced a number of those. So I can definitely attest to feeding my spirit is what has kept me all of these years, because there have been many times where I really thought about just giving up and throwing in the towel, because sometimes people will make you feel like you're not worth it, you're not worthy, you don't deserve it. Who do you think you are? I've experienced a gamut of different things when it comes to different people, and even those things I saw as spiritual attacks as well. Most things are on a spiritual level that just happen in the natural realm, and I'm sorry if that's flying over some people's heads. If you understand and can relate, let me know in the comment section. But it's really real. Feed your spirit so that you can just grow better and bigger in the arena that you are choosing to stand in. And I continue to stand in spite of the things that have tried to come to knock me down, because I do continuously feed my spirit.